Hey, Friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
It's time for another pro wrestling news brief on this episode. Is Vince McMahon going to be forced out of the WWE? Is a certain Viper coming back to the WWE in the near future? And we got a preview for AEW's Grand Slam. But first, am I going to the Slammer?
God damn it.
Damn it, pal.
Am I going to jail? So
I thought this was Punk Daily.
Not today. LA Times had an extensive feature on Vince McMahon today, covering a lot of stuff. His resignation, his the way he forced himself back into power with WWE. And there's an interesting quote that's garnering a lot of headlines today. And it comes
the one that Vince McMahon's going to live till he's 120?
No, that was from Kurt Angle. That's from he's the source on that. This quote is from Jacob Frankel, former counsel of the SEC Division of Enforcement, who said the following about the various investigations involving Vince that could still be ongoing. I think last we heard that he was served with a search warrant July 17th.
Yeah.
Hasn't been a whole lot of news on that front since. This is what Jacob had to say. Quote, depending on the potential findings, McMahon could face criminal and or civil liabilities that could prevent him from serving as an officer or director of a public company, as well as a clawback of any ill-gotten gains. So I guess he's found guilty, whether it be of any criminal charges, civil liabilities, or I don't know if the SEC, could say, hey, you did this, which is against regulation. If he could be punished to the extent that he would not be allowed to serve as an officer for a publicly traded company.
Right. Yeah.
Depending on the nature of the investigation and what they're investigating.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably, look, let's be honest. The guy is a billionaire. And guys like that, typically, they usually get off scot-free.
Maybe a slap on the wrist, but it's
Right.
a sad reality of the world we live in where that's the case.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's interesting that there could, and I'm still really kind of curious to see how the Endeavor thing is going to play out. Are they playing Vince McMahon? Were they just like, hey, we'll take your company off your hands, and then you can
Sure, we'll let you
power.
run things. Yeah, sure, Vince. Yeah,
Sure.
knowing it's all yours. Have at it.
Knowing damn well there's probably some pretty explosive shit out there. Look, I understand Dana White, was literally caught on videotape, domestically abusing his wife, and nothing really happened to him. In his own words, just people seeing that is humiliating enough. That's my punishment. Okay, well, that's not really punishment, dude.
Not really, no.
So, whether or not this is going to affect Vince's standing in the company, I guess if he's forced into the Slammer, then yeah. But beyond that, I don't really see it playing out. I sort of think that scumbags stick together, and this Ari Emanuel character is it probably brought on Vince because he knew that shareholders view Vince as the end-all, be-all in pro wrestling, and that's what keeps them happy, and that's what's going to keep the shareholder price, the stockholder price, whatever, the stock price, rather.
The share price of this new TKO Holdings, the fuse company of WWE and UFC.
The Raw Game Mutant company.
Yeah, I mean, like WWE is the Kleenex, the Xerox of the wrestling world. It's the brand name. And Vince has established himself as the figurehead of that brand name. And, a lot of people associate Vince with the success of the company.
Yeah.
Which historically, there's a case for that. Recently, WWE's been on a significant upswing ever since he initially resigned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right, yeah.
So I don't know if I understand that he's so closely associated with WWE that people think without him they can't be successful, but the evidence over the last year and change suggests otherwise.
No, absolutely.
Elsewhere in the LA Times piece, they go into Vince when he resigned initially and when he came back into power. So a source close to the WWE board stated that when the investigation of Vince started, he told the board, quote, okay, do whatever you guys need to do. I'm not going to stand in your way. The source then added, quote, of course, when the board said, well, we think you need to step down, he wasn't happy about it, but he did it. Another source close to the board stated, quote, he's the kind of person who expects loyalty, adding that McMahon viewed its investigation as an act of disloyalty, even though the board was doing its job.
Yeah, not shocking at all. We hear, one of his close friends, Donald Trump, same sort of guy, expects blind loyalty, doesn't give it back, and any amount of, if you step away, if you stray from that at all, even if you're legally bound to, step outside whatever his conception of loyalty is, then you're being disloyal to, and you need to be done with.
Exactly. And then former WWE board member Inyas Lahoud, I hope I pronounced the name right. I tried to look it up. So spoke to the LA Times about his own departure, saying, quote, it wasn't aligned with my way of seeing what governance was. There was a misalignment with what my values are.
Yeah, that's good. He's like, what the fuck is happening here? We're supposed to, and then he just leaves because Vince just,
Vince, you did all this stuff.
Yeah.
Look what you did.
Look what you did.
And you're trying to come back? Pass. No thanks.
And on top of it, there's probably a lot more we don't know about that could come to light.
I know. That's been mentioned in the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
Pieces about the board's investigation into Vince. So
the letter sent back to Vince when Vince wanted to come back. There's more stuff that the public doesn't know about, which could bite us in the ass. Essentially, I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
But yeah, who knows if that'll see the light of day. But I mean, he's 78 years old now, I think.
Something like that. And according to Kurt Angle, Vince told Kurt he's going to live to 120.
Oh, I have the quote right here because this is fascinating to me. So yeah, I think he was on Rogan, I think, wasn't he? He was on. Yes. Yeah, he was on Rogan. He talks about a lot of stuff. My goodness, there was one story about him overdosing on Vicodin, and the next day having a 60-minute Iron Man match with Brock Lesnar.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I know. He's a machine. Wrestling machine. This is what Angle said about Vince. He says, he always treated me right. I never had a problem with him. I'm glad he got the money he got. I never thought he'd sell the company. I thought you'd have to pry it from his cold, dead hands. I thought he would keep the company forever. He put his heart and soul into it. No one works harder than he does. He's a machine. You know what he told me when I came back to WWE? He said, I'm going to have this company for a lot longer than you think, Mr. Angle. I'm 73 right now. My mom lived to be 101. I plan on living until I'm 120. I'm never letting the company go. I'm always going to work here. They're going to have to pry it from my cold, dead hands.
It's interesting he called Kurt Mr. Angle.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was like a little tongue-in-cheek formality.
Maybe it's a little joke, huh? You know what, Mr. Angle?
Yeah. Who knows? I never call you Mr. Larson. That's weird.
No,
that's your dad's
nor do I call
name.
you Mr. Here.
That's what I call your dad.
Yeah.
And he always corrects me. He's like, and I'm not gonna break kayfabe on his first name, but I'm like, I'm not calling you that. You're my best friend's dad.
I hear you. No, I know.
If anything, I'm going to call you Larson's dad, but I'm not 8 years old anymore, so I'm not going to do that. Anyways, let's talk about the Viper Randy Orton. He hasn't been seen on WWE TV since May of last year due to a back injury that required surgery. By all accounts, it seemed like a pretty serious business.
Yeah.
Seems like he could be nearing a possible return. Fightful reports that sources have confirmed to them that Randy Orton's been seen at the WWE Performance Center this week. Bodyslam.net reports that Orton has been training for his return to the Performance Center for the past 3 weeks. Orton's tour bus has been a weekly constant at the Performance Center during the past few weeks. We were, this is from Fightful still. We were
this is all from Bodyslam. This is all from
Sorry, Bodyslam. Yeah, that's right. We were unable to confirm who Orton has been working with to prepare for his return as of this writing. If I'm not mistaken, there was like Bigfoot-esque video of him showing up at the Performance Center as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's unclear, obviously, unless that's time coded to know exactly when that was shot.
Right. Yeah.
But they get, separate reports from Fightful, Bodyslam. It lends credence to the idea that video is recent.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think you and I have always had the same feeling about this. If the guy is going to be able to get back to in-ring action in a way that isn't going to, affect his long-term health in a negative way to a degree, it's wrestling. It's all going to, it's good.
Probably one of the reasons he was dealing with back issues. He talked about it was all the RKOs he's done. He's jumping up and doing a flat back bump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hundreds, if maybe not thousands of times a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thousands, but hundreds for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about how that move alone was taking a toll on his body. Not to say I don't know with certainty that's the cause of his lower back injury, but
Yeah,
it probably didn't help.
yeah. You just like to think that he's going to put himself and his own health at top priority, because nobody wants a Randy the Ram situation.
No.
But
and he was doing
yeah.
some of the best work of his career before he had to take his leave.
You know who's hoping he comes back more than anybody? Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle.
Yeah, he's sitting there like, bro, I don't really want to see that. The people probably want to see that. Like
What, the reunion?
Arcade
I'd be
Bro
happy
stuff.
about the reunion if it means Randy Orton turns on him. We get the feud.
Oh wow, yeah, big old
Orton goes
RKO.
over.
Yeah, Orton putting over the young talent of the Riddle putting over the young talent of today.
Exactly, the young up and coming talent. See, I mean, like Orton's at the Performance Center. He's basically in NXT, right?
Right, yeah, he's back to a developmental deal, probably making like $50,000 a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, we've got an AEW Grand Slam tonight, and we've got a list of matches that's going down on this Grand
This card
Slam.
is actually pretty loaded.
Yeah, and it continues on to like Rampage. Or do we know is Collision going to be branded Grand Slam as well?
That I don't know, because I don't know if it's going to be. I doubt it's going to be shot at
Yeah,
Art of the Rash.
probably
I think
not.
just it's going to be Dynamite and Rampage. It's going to be a 2-hour Rampage too.
Yeah,
Shot
that's right.
tonight.
Yeah. So we've got John Moxley versus Ray Phoenix. Easy day at the office for John Moxley, regardless
Yeah,
of what
probably
Ray
he'll
Phoenix.
get that win, defend
Should
the
be a good
international
match,
title
though.
successfully.
Should be a really good
yeah.
match. Chris Jericho versus Sammy Guevara. You think so, like, Sammy's like kind of who's the good guy here? They're both good guys. They're supposed to get back together after this. You think somebody's going to cheat to win, or is it going to be straight up?
No, that somebody should cheat to win.
You
It's
think
gonna
so?
be somebody's going to cheat to win. It's probably going to be Jericho.
That's what I would think too. Yeah. But then he also puts a lot of people over.
I know, but he puts a lot of people over. He needs to get a win sometime, you'd think. Otherwise, there's not as much oomph behind putting everybody over.
This is like the closest thing he's had to like a true protege. The one guy he should put over. I kind of feel like maybe Jericho will cheat to win, and then he'll give him a bigger win in a pay-per-view.
Yeah, pay-per-view. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
It'll happen
too.
at Wrestle Dream or something.
Ain't gonna matter a dang for Sammy Guevara.
No.
These days, like a win over Jericho is kind of a dime a dozen.
Exactly. Ask Ricky Starks about that.
Yeah. Also, this is going to be my match of the night. Claudio versus Eddie Kingston. I'm very much looking forward to this one. Man.
Steve's main event.
It is my main event. I love both these guys. This feud is awesome. I'm gonna maybe later on today I'll go back and watch the Ring of Honor match, because I don't really watch Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I don't either.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Looking forward to seeing Eddie Kingston hoist the New Japan Openweight Strong title, Claudio's Ring of Honor title.
Well, it won't be Claudio's anymore. It'll be Eddie's.
Might get me to check out that paywall show, the Ring of Honor.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, dude. Might have to watch that. That, like, Eddie Kingston is champion and Athena doing the work that she's doing over there. It's just if they brought their TV down to like an hour, put like, I don't know, 4 good matches on it.
I know.
That's more my jam, dude.
There's supposed to 20 in 2 hours, and they're all 2 minutes long. It's a bit much. It's a bit much, Ring of Honor. It's a bit much.
This one should be good. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Saraya defending the AEW Women's Championship against Toni Storm.
Yeah.
That should be a lot of fun. Main event, MJF versus Samoa Joe for the AEW World Championship. This should be a stellar bout.
This should be really, really good.
I'd assume Adam Cole's going to be there, maybe get involved, maybe the Kingdom, maybe Roderick Strong. There's a lot of pieces in play.
Adam! Speaking of neck health, man, I need to get one of those.
Oh, how's it
braces.
feeling today?
It's feeling all right.
I'm concerned about your neck health, Steve.
I appreciate that. I really do, because I think you really are.
You should show up to play basketball on Friday with a neck brace on.
I might do that. Yeah, I might do that. Yeah. How do you think's going to win this match here, MJF versus Samoa Joe?
Probably MJF. It'd be interesting if Samoa Joe won.
I'd be so happy. Grand Slam, like, they need to get some things going, you know? They need to get some buzz. And Samoa Joe with that title.
Prizes.
Samoa Joe with that title. Here's the thing. MJF's going to be a draw. You don't need to have that title on him. You put on Samoa Joe. Ooh.
Yeah, no.
Make me happy.
Heck yeah. Are we going to get any surprises on Grand Slam tonight? I think it was last year at Grand Slam that Saraya returned. Was it last year?
That's true. Oh, man. Any big surprises? I don't know. Who's even around to debut?
Is Edgy Adam going to make his AEW debut?
Oh, that could be, huh? That could be.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. There's some buzz for you for a week.
Kick off the second hour with a good old 20-minute Adam Copeland promo.
Oh, my God. Yeah, never mind. It's funny. I have this pause. I was watching some like Heyman era SmackDown from 2002, and he's literally paused on my screen right now showing up the arena. Get out of here, Edgy Adam.
Be gone, Edgy Adam. Go back to Stanford.
Yeah, anyways, we'll have the entire breakdown for AEW Grand Slam tomorrow right here at the channel. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up. That means like. And hit that little notify bell too. So if you hit the sub and the notify bell, then you get ding, ding, ding. You always get the notification when you get new Going In Raw content. Also, hit that join button to become a channel member, get access to bonus episodes, get access to our question threads, and get access to our big predictions challenge. We got another one coming up in about a week or two. Or you go to Patreon, patreon.com/Steve and Larson to get all that as well. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We appreciate it. Till next time, we'll see you around.
Goodbye.